Representatives in California are gearing up for the midterms, with Republicans working very hard to get every voter out to the polls. Here's One America's Pearson Sharp sitting down with Congressman Dana Rohrabacher.
As Election Day approaches, representatives around the country are buckling down for last-minute pushes to win voters. One America News met with Congressman Dana Rohrabacher in Orange County, California, to get an idea about how the coming midterms are shaping up. Rohrabacher, a Republican, remains confident about the outcome and says Americans are waking up to the spiteful, negative tactics being used by politicians on the left.
What we've seen in the last 2 years is just personal attacks, negativity, but mostly important, obstruction of the right of the people of the United States to select their president and have that president move forward on the agenda that he was elected to accomplish. The Democratic Party is so far to the left, they can't win on the leftist agenda. So it's all personal attack and obstructionism now, that they just basically are showing an allegiance not to the American people, but to somebody who's come here illegally. We're already getting these tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands, even millions of people pouring into our country. I think that President Trump will prove to the American people and show the world that he's serious about getting control of our borders.
Looking at the country at large, how do the midterms shape up in your opinion? Or is it going to be more of a blue wave or more of a red wave?
I think the American people are going to resent that these very powerful interest groups are trying to buy elections and trying to take away the authority for them to make their decisions and trust a local person. I've been here for a long time. My opponent's been here a few years, but all the money's on his side. So will people go along with that? I don't think my voters will accept that.
Sounds like what you're saying is the Democrats are getting a little bit desperate heading into these elections.
I think that the Democratic Party is controlled by a financial elite, and that's being exposed in this election. They have lost their contact with what is actually in the well-being of ordinary Americans. And because of that, they tend to be totally negative and obstructionist rather than offering a positive alternative, saying, hey, here's what our agenda is, vote for this agenda. No, it's all personal attacks, constantly trying to attack our president, his personality. Well, he has a different personality, but it's his policies and it's his principles that count. And they're taking America in the right direction. And the more these other people try to obstruct and are nasty and mean about it, the haters, the American people, instead of listening to billionaires advertising, they're going to see that there's a hateful and negative attitude versus those of us who are really trying to get something done.
Talking about the president, can you expand on that a little bit? How do you think Trump's doing so far?
I think Trump has done a terrific job in getting and trying to realign America and get us back on the right path. I think in the second term, if we keep control of the House and he's not totally obstructed by a House that's trying to impeach him, I think Trump will save our country, and those Republicans like myself will be very happy to stand with him in doing it.
Where do you think this uncivil left is coming from? What's behind these calls for violence against Republicans, from Maxine Waters and Hillary Clinton and Eric Holder? Why is that coming around all of a sudden?
The silence on the Democratic side, Democratic Party side, to these acts of intimidation that have been going on by the left wing in this country, it's been deafening, trying to hear their condemnation. They don't condemn it. They just sit there and let it happen, which is something that I think Americans, this is not what our democratic process is supposed to be.
Congressman Rohrabacher says if voters want to get involved, there's still time. He encourages people to head to his website, where they can either make a small contribution to his campaign or get active in the community and motivate others to get out and vote on November 6th. Pearson Sharp, One America News.
Want to see more videos like this? Click on the link below and subscribe to One America News on YouTube, and call your cable provider and kindly demand that One America News is added to your lineup. Call and subscribe today.